Hello everyone, this is Fluff TCG and we are here with the final starter deck upgrade, this being for Katakuri. Now, I've been playing yellow for several years now, pretty much since OP03 came out, and I've really been trying to make Kata do well, and honestly, he doesn't get too much from the new starter deck, but truth be told, it's enough to make him at least still relatively good. He still has his key options with 10 mom and 7 mom and the rest of his other packages. So we're just gonna go through the card by card and get into some games like always. So first is the leader. Katakuri says when you attach a Dawn and attack, look at a life from either your top or your opponent's top and put it on top or on bottom, and then he gains 1000 for the turn. So pretty much with one Dawn, he's a 7k body. This will activate whether you or your opponent have life or not, which is great. So if you're both at 0 life, you'll attach a Dawn and you can still swing for 7, which is super convenient. It's pretty much always a 7k body, which is super good in a lot of matchups. Next is Flampe. She's a 2k counter who's searchable with Pudding that states, on play, add a card from the top or bottom of your life to your hand and draw. You don't really want to use her on-play effect because Katakuri does need survivability. It's not like playing a Nell where you don't care, you could just turbo yourself down, or Black-Yellow Luffy. You need him to stay alive, so try not to use that unless you're being damage denied because you're fighting Nami, for example. But other than that, pretty much only want this to be a 2k counter in your hand. Next is the Pudding Searcher. On play, look at 4, reveal a Big Mom pirate other than Pudding or a Sanji and add to hand, then place the rest at the bottom. I'm only playing 3 copies of this Pudding because half the deck is Big Mom but the other half is not, and there's been times where the deck can whiff with this search. Even with Perospero's on KO search, I've seen it happen, so it's a little riskier to play 4. Not a huge deal if you don't have a turn 1, it's totally fine. This deck doesn't really mind going first or second, which is really important, so I think you're in a pretty good spot overall. Next is Perospero, just a 3-cost 5k body with the on KO to look at 3 and add a Big Mom pirate card to your hand. Pretty much what you're always going to play turn 2 if things work out in your favor, which they should. Just a great card that can be aggressive and really annoying to deal with, and if your opponent removes it, you do plus from it more often than not. Like I said, you can brick, and it's frustrating when it happens when you whiff this, but you know, a body's a body in this deck, and having a trigger is also important because you can play him by discarding a card from your hand. So late game, when your opponent's trying to swing at you and you have more bodies that flood the board, it's really bad for them. Next is 10 Mom, the classic, the best card in the deck. On play, if your leader's Big Mom pirates, you gain a life, you trash a life. You don't have to do either. You could choose to do one and not the other, so you could gain 0, trash a life, or you can gain 1, trash no life if they're at 0. It's a 12k body. It's really telegraphed in this matchup, so when your opponent knows you're going to 10, they pretty much assume she's coming out. Especially when you swing with stuff without attaching Dawn, it's the biggest giveaway. Doesn't matter, it's their problem to deal with once you play it. So, if you can see 2 of these in a game, you pretty much have the rest of the match on lock. It's just important for you to realize when to drop her versus when you should maybe do other things like fill up your board or swing for game and be aggressive. Next is a 2k Beige. 2k counter with a trigger that says choose an opponent's leader or character and it can't attack for the rest of the turn. Amazing card, especially if you're facing green, because you can target their Zoro and the Zoro can't swing any of the 3 times, which can pretty much win you the game on that alone. At least if it's in hand, it's a 2k counter. There's nothing in this deck that puts a card in your hand back on top of your life, so whatever's in your hand, that's pretty much it. But again, this card is a lifesaver, you typically want it near the bottom. It's like the second best card in your deck. That could be the last life, outside of the obvious one we're going to discuss later. But outside of that, we've got the removal cards coming up for the most part. The 5-cost Gadatsu. On play, KO an opponent's character with cost equal or less in their life. There's a million times this card can be used for good. You can use it on Lucci's, to pop Rebecca's, to pop Kuzan's. You can use it going into Bonnie to pop their Roge, to pop Cavendish. Pretty much, if your opponent knows that you're damage denying, they have to play around the Gadatsu coming to pop anything on their board, because of the fact that it pretty much guarantees removal. But with cards in the deck like Egghead Nami that can just remove a 5 or less, or the Onami trigger which can do that, I feel like he's not super strong like he used to be, because letting your opponents live too long can be really bad for you. I mean, regardless, it's great against Doflamingo because Dofi's a 5 life leader and all of his bodies are 4 life, so you can play Gadatsu to pop Weevil, which, God, you need to, because if he builds up his board, you're in serious trouble. Next is Onami. On play, you can give something Banish, and the trigger is KO a 5 or less on the board. Both effects are really good. Giving your leader Banish, and then swinging with Katakuri with a Dawn attached, that's 7k or higher with Banish, especially if you look at their top life and you leave it on top, will make your opponent either say, I have to defend this because it's probably something good, or they're just going to get rid of it, and then it could be a vital piece of their deck package that gets lost in the shuffle because of the Banish. But either way, the trigger to KO is so good because removing whatever you can is pretty much the name of the game with this deck. You want to be aggressive, but you also want to clear their board. It's really matchup dependent, but Katakuri wants to be an extremely aggro yellow deck, similar to the Shandorian Warriors, for example. So with Katakuri, you want to drop all your bodies and keep swinging 5s and 6s or higher, and just put your opponent in a tight spot where, you know, dropping Mom back to back will pretty much have them at 0 life and then they die. Speaking of good triggers, the Kikunojo, 4-cost 6,000. On KO, if your opponent's life is 3 or less, you can heal. And on trigger, if your opponent's life is 3 or less, you can play her for free. This is really great because it's a body. That's a huge pain in the ass to get rid of, especially because of the fact that if they kill her, she will heal you. The reason why I play 3 is because I think 4 is too bricky, and she's kind of anti-synergistic with Gadatsu, because you want to damage deny with Gadatsu to get his pop, but Kikunojo just feels so bad if you see her in damage and your opponent's at 5 or 4 life because she's just dead in hand. Luckily, because she's a trigger, you can remove her from hand either using the 3k counter event or with using Egghead Nami. So, thank goodness for that. Next, Egghead Luffy. We're playing 2 copies because the trigger is to KO a 4 or less, so slightly worse than Onami, but the fact that he can be a body on the board that can swing and then pop afterwards and draw you if you're at 2 or less is really good. But either way, just a 6k body is just really good in this deck, period. And more removal is, again, really strong in this matchup. So that's the plan here. Next is the Egghead Nami. On play, trash a card with trigger from your hand, KO an opponent's character with 5 or less, and if your hand is 3 or less after you do that, draw a card. So if you play Nami and you have 4 in hand and you use her effect, you discard a card and you draw one. The trigger is the on play, which is great because it's the same exact thing, just you don't get the body, which balances the card out. And yeah, she's a 5-cost 5k, so it's slightly weaker compared to the other 5 costs in the deck, but the effect is so strong, I mean, that's just fair, you could say. It's a 4 of, definitely, because of how good the card is in the deck. And it's just an answer to so many bodies in this game, especially in this current meta. Next is 7 Mom. It's a classic. 7 costs 8,000. On play, it's like the 10 Mom, except you have to choose one. It's either trash their life or you gain a life. An amazing card if you're going first to play on 7, because an 8k body is really obnoxious to deal with, especially with the fact that outside of black being able to KO her, there's no real easy removals, because since she's a 7 cost, she can't be gravity bladed, which is also important for this deck, because survivability and having board presence is super crucial. She's pretty dead in the late game if your opponent has 0 life, because they'll just trash, obviously, because they can't trash anything. But she's great to play when your opponent has 1 life, because they're pretty much either going to give you the life or they're going to die, depending on how the board is. So, just super good. And next, we're going to talk about one of the 3 new cards from the starter deck. This is a 5 cost Katakuri. He's a 6,000 blocker with a 1k counter. His activate main is turn the top card of your life face up, give your leader or a character up to Arrested Dawn. So pretty much gives your Kata leader the Dawn for the ability. The top card of your life being face up doesn't matter too much. Your opponent just assumes you're going to hit triggers regardless, and if you're fighting a good enough opponent, they'll know to sequence their attacks before they play more bodies, because they want to get around all the removal triggers that your deck has. So other than that, just 6k blockers are so good. It's the only blocker in the deck, really. I don't want to run the Brûlée because she's too small and too easily destroyed. At least this Katakuri has more survivability, and he can swing if need be, which is also good. Next is the 3 cost Brûlée. It's a 2k counter with a trigger that says, look at the top card of your life or your opponent's life and put it on the top or on the bottom, and then add her to hand. So she's like the leader skill, except you don't gain power, and then she's a free 2k to your hand. So a really good counter and a really good trigger in this deck, just because of the fact that it pretty much puts the card in your hand, so you have another 2k, and then you don't have to even do the Katakuri ability next turn, because you know what either your life or their life is. So seriously, just super solid. Next is the 6-drop Big Mom, the new one from the starter deck. She says, on play, trash a card from your hand, and your opponent has to either discard 2 or trash a life. This card is super oppressive and super obnoxious, especially later on in the game, because discarding 2 from hand always sucks. And if your opponent is low on hand size and they do the discard 2, I mean, more power to them, but I think it's crazy. They're pretty much going to trash the life, so you pretty much have to treat this Big Mom as like on play trash a life, because I feel like compared to the 7 Mom, discarding 2 is so much worse than giving you a life. No counter, obviously, but again, a great turn 3 play if you're going second. And if you don't see 7 Mom, she's a great turn 3 play when you're going first. Or I guess a turn 4 play, because odd numbers. Next, the events. 0 cost. It's the yellow. 3k if you discard a card from your hand, but the trigger says if you have 0 life, put the top card of your deck into your life pile, then discard 1. This is like the save me button if you're going to be killed. You should use Katakuri leader skill to look at your life as much as possible to see this, and if you do see it, put it to the bottom immediately, so that way you can avoid any issues, and at least you know at that point, hey, I'm not dead at 0, so you can keep going. Just such a good card. I wouldn't say it's broken, but it's definitely solid. Next is the Flame Spit event. It's a main and a counter that says, give a leader or character 1,000 power, and then if your opponent has 2 or less life, rest a 4 or less. So the trigger also says to rest a 4 or less. The reason you're running this is to tap Boa blocker and to tap Rebecca blocker, tap Sanji blocker if yellow's playing that. Pretty much just to tap any of the other weaker blockers in the game. Also Rosinante. I could keep going. It's just your way to clinch game, pretty much, because sometimes they play Moria and pass, and then you play Flame Spit, tap Rebecca, and you kill them, and that's it. Things like that. we're playing 2, just around to the deck size, and that's pretty much the whole deck. This was a bit of a long one compared to usual, but, you know, I love yellow, so I wanted to give more detail on how the deck works, especially because it has 3 new cards. But let's get into some games. Alright, we're up against purple Luffy this time. We're gonna keep this hand. We're definitely gonna keep that. We were never punished. And this is exactly why pudding's at 3 in this deck. That's so frustrating. And we're not gonna take this. Actually, yeah. No, we won't take it. Having life lead is too important in this matchup. Seven Mom? Sure, I can stay there. Then we'll drop Sparrow and pass. He's probably gonna go Luffy Taro with Sanji here. Or not. He's gonna go Magellan. That's crazy. I didn't realize people were still playing him. I thought they just abandoned him for the Straw Hat package, but I guess not. We will take... Frustratingly, I can't kill that Magellan or I really botch my curve. The good thing is, it's only on opponent's turn, so if I can hit an Onami or an Egghead Nami trigger this turn while the opponent's attacking me, then they're pretty much in a good spot. I'm gonna grab this. Do I want 10 Mom? I don't think I need it. 1 should be enough. And he's gonna do whatever he can to be annoying about it. Yep, exactly what I thought. And that's why we are going to swing 5 lead. 6 lead. 7 lead. Play Kiku. Because now we're at a point where he will just die. Let's grab another Lampe. And let's protect. No, I think it's too important. And he doesn't have rush. That's crazy. Okay, that's less crazy. Actually, no, he's still dead, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, that's really funny. Perfect. You gonna take it? Okay. This changes everything then. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to risk it. It doesn't matter. Yep. just simply believe it's not real. Cool. So Last Breath should have kept the Dawn up, but when he grabbed his last life, I knew that was pretty much a wrap for him. If he blocked the Katakuri leader swing, I was just gonna play the 6 Mom to make him rip 2 from hand. But alright. Still good into purple. It's just really hard into blue. We're going into Smoker now. This hand's not amazing. It's fine. Like I said, I'm a believer of playing through the bad hands, so I think it's important to do that for situations like these. Marineford turn 1. Okay. I'll just let him hit me. Now we're going to do this. This is where you can start putting on a lot of pressure. That's exactly what I'm going to leave up there. Yeah! Perfect. If it was something crappy, I would have just moved to the bottom. Sure. Actually, not sure. I can't let you do that. Play Kuzan. Yep. So obvious. We're gonna swing 5. We're gonna play 6 Mom. And we're gonna discard Katakuri blocker. He did trash. I respect it. So with Marineford and Leader Skill and Kuzan, he can bring Big Mom down. I'm gonna let that hit. Cool. That's not correct. You're sequencing, sir. Oh, Jack. Never mind. Everything makes sense now. Well, here's the thing. I can't let this live. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The card's too strong. It's gotta go. I can't. If that Jack survives, I'm in so much trouble for the remainder of this game. You can't even 8-drop Katakuri him, which is why I don't play Katakuri in this deck. We're gonna bring out Pero, just for a body. Another 8? He could Moria here, which sucks, but, you know. Yep. Only 2 targets? That's fine. He can't KO my board. He didn't grab? I mean, okay. Whatever. Sure. Here come the moms. Now he could easily KO my 10 mom, but the ability is more important. You're gonna hit me? Let's see if I hit a counter. No, that's unfortunate. Okay. That's really bad. Oh man. Tashigi to trash my mom. So this is the issue here, right? Is that I gotta not die, but that's like as hard as it gets. Well, that's the game. Man, I don't know how I could have played that differently. I don't know. Black's just hard. I don't think I did anything inherently incorrect. Just getting to mom is fine, but like... maybe I should have done something about the Kuzans. But I also just got really unlucky. No Egghead Namis. No way to get rid of those Kuzans, and they're pretty much the reason why I lost. Because I could have at least played like 10 mom and swung with my other 10 mom if she would have lived, but she didn't. Alright, up against Marco. Let's see. Shoot, we're going first, so we have going first curve. See, this is a way better hand. And we're not going to need Gadatsu, so... come on. If you want to block it, it's fine. That means if you play the blocker Marco, it's dead next turn. Because I will play Gadatsu over Egghead Nami here, because I don't want to trash the other Egghead Nami. I guess he's not going to play anything. Or I guess he could play Izo. I guess I'll counter out of this. Ah, Dofi. Well, that's definitely dying. We just have to stay on the aggressive. Even if we don't see 10 Mom, it's fine. As long as we can get more bodies, it's not going to be an issue. Yeah, organize your cards. Start being aggressive. This matchup, we pretty much win just from constantly punching them. Deal as much damage as we can. Where, like, playing the 10 Mom will put them at 0. But they're probably going to kill my Parasparrow here. Unless they have a Fire Fist. That's not being blocked. Okay, thank God we had something. 5, the ace. Okay. It's really once per turn on either player's turn, huh? So here's the thing. Ooh, 10 Mom on top. If he wants to discard 2 2Ks for this ace, that's fine. Nice. 6. Then we'll play Auto Kiku. Could go 7 Whitebeard, but I mean, whatever. Okay. He's not hitting me. See, in a situation like this, I might actually would play Flampe just to draw 10 Mom to my hand. In hindsight, maybe I should have blocked with the... No. I think it's fine. Let's see if we can get lucky. Okay. The Whitebeard is coming out. Yep. Give me that life then, I guess. Sure. At this point, I don't really care. Turn my life face up. We're gonna swing. Whatever. Because I can just Egghead Nami that next turn. It's fine. Take this 9. Now he's in a bad spot. Because the good thing about 6K base bodies are that they're annoying. Especially against leaders that are 5K, which is like everyone except Whitebeard and RP Luffy. Sure, he can do the ability now, and he can rest my... Or I guess he can rest his Whitebeard to pop my Katakuri if he negs 2000, but... I mean, he's got 1 life to my 6, so I'm not exactly worried. And he knows I have 7 Mom on top. So worst case, he hits me, I just drop this next turn, and then he gives me another life. Okay. He might have Otama in hand, so he can swing into my Gadatsu. Nah, he has Rayleigh. Well, goodbye, Gadatsu. Yep. You gonna attack me or are you gonna leave the... Yep. Perfect. Oh, well. Didn't matter. We are now reaching the point where he's gonna play Blocker Dofi. I'm gonna play Egghead Nami, and that's the game. Even if he has 2 blockers, I don't care. I'm sure I'll find the second one. I'm wondering if he can pop my Mom, but again, doesn't matter. There's no blocker in his deck higher than 5 cost. Because the aces are 5. Let's see. Sure, you can hit me. Sure. Wow, that's crazy. Sure. See my top life. I'll put Edge on the bottom. If he puddings me here, it doesn't matter. I think he realized the game's over. Okay, there's Dofi. And there's double blocker. Which, as I said, doesn't matter. And that's it. That felt good. We're making moves out here. Oh, Yamato. This is a scary matchup. Like, legitimately. I'm gonna keep, but man, if I'm not careful, she can just crack me over the head and kill me. I don't have enough to block an 8k swing, so I'm gonna have to eat it. If that's what she does. Oh, wow. For the 9k? Why? Let's see my life. Not bad. I don't know why I did that, but that was cool. Momonosuke. Let's swing. Ooh. Rewarded for my silly play. Okay. Let's do that. 4? I'm wondering what she can play. Ah, that'll do it. Don't think we intend to play this kata. But I will Egghead Nami her Egghead Nami. And that's funny. Actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That can be game determinative later. I did use it to rest my Nami. Oh. I don't think they realized that Nami's a 5 cost. Oops. Well, these are the things in life that you gotta learn. Just play it out, Yamato. She's in... Oh, Nekomamushi? The one that can attack actives? Yeah. Again, I'm not taking 1k attacks. I've just gotta be an ass. So we are going to KO that 9. And then we're gonna go 7. Mihawk. Nine Dawn. Film Shanks. No, that's a terrible idea. That would be throwing the game away. I don't know what this is, but you know, we're chilling. I feel like this Yamato is not swinging correctly. Ooh, let's see. I don't have anything that's weak. Yeah, I understand. It was gonna be 10 mom and then swing per game. Well, that was neat. This is a really solid trigger line, honestly. But hey, we got it. Katakuri, Copium is real. We're up against Kaido here, and not gonna lie, this matchup is a little scary. 10-drop Kaido is a real thing to be worried about. Drew ulti? Okay. We're gonna go Sparrow. Eight? Yeah, I'll take it. Nice. Now we have our turn 6 turn. Ooh, don't want to missequence that. Well, Nami's good. Can get rid of the queen. But he didn't see Onigashima, so we're chilling. The less the Kaido can ramp, the better for us. Okay. 7 to me. I will do this. Yeah, huge hand. Okay, he saw Oni at least. So we're gonna go 5. 5. Then we're gonna 6 mom. Trashing Page. What will he choose? Trash 1, surely, because he has 5 in hand. Yep. Still no bodies on the board, and I only have 10 moms left. No. I had to keep him alive. Sure, he can pop, but whatever. Ah, man, Magellan. Ooh, and Maria. Here it go. It's beginning. Just gotta start swinging. Be aggressive. Wow, that's really shocking. I didn't think he was gonna do that. Yeah, you can do that. It's fine. 5 Donna? I mean, whatever. See, I'll be at 9. I could do 5, 7, 9, 9. That would be trolling of me to do that. Play your queen blocker. I'm sure you've got it. another Magellan? That's fine. You gonna pay the... Oh, you can't even do that. Ah, now you can. Oh, it was Brûlé. Okay, well, now you die. Nine, 10, 11. That's it. And that's what happens when Kaido doesn't see his pieces. But also, like, I wouldn't play Magellan in this deck. Like, it's annoying, but he's not as good as he used to be. Like, if you play Magellan, even against yellow, I'm just like, ah, whatever. I'm just gonna do this and just build a board and keep hitting you. Like, I don't need the 10 bombs. They're amazing and they can win, but you know, it's doable without it. But woohoo! And I'm sure you guys wanted to see this matchup, so God help me. We're in a good position because we have Nami, at least for Jinbei, or Weevil, or Boa, or whatever. Well, there's the Boa. Please don't have a second one. Oh god. Oh, it's like the perfect turn one for Dofi going second. Alright, attack. And we're gonna play... We'll take it. Is Weevil coming? Yeah, he is. So we are going to swing. You're gonna swing. You're gonna Nami and get rid of that Weevil. We gotta keep them alive as long as possible. Now he's gonna do the optimal 6 Dawn turn. Oh man, this is so bad. There's too many units on the board, I can't break it. I can't do anything, man. Okay, he hit me, that's fine. Revealed Weevil? Wow. Nice. I misplayed. I don't have... Oh no, I clicked it too fast. Well, that's the way it goes. Note to self, don't discard Brûlé over Lampe. I'm sure he's gonna trash the life. I doubt he cares. Yeah. Well. Oopsie daisies. Now I've got no hand, and he has a million cards in hand, and I did not hit any good triggers. Yeah, so... If I kept the Brûlé and I milled this instead, I could have popped the Weevil or the Boa and drawn, which really sucks, man. That is disastrous. And he has another Boa, because of course he does. He's gonna grab back Jinbei. Yeah. Well, there's is a way. A very silly way. 7, 8, 9. Will you pitch 3? Oh my god. Maybe there is a way. I just have to lessen the amount of swings. I could have went for lethal, but like, I don't believe, dude. I don't think it's real. Would have been sick though. Now I lose my whole board, and now I die next turn. Ain't that something? There's no way he has another Jinbei into another bow. Oh my god. Well, what a great game. Oh man. Only target. I'm dead. I should have put this at the bottom. Oh, if I had the 4K counter. No. Wow. It was close. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I knew it. There was no universe where he was just biding his time. That one turn, it wasn't gonna do anything. Man, on Nami next, it wouldn't have mattered. So that means if I had bottomed the Beige, it would have been Perospero next, so I would have had another body on the board. But he had everything in his hand, like it didn't matter. Yeah, there you go. Matchup is really, really, really hard. I think we're gonna end it with one more purple Luffy match. Ooh, this is a good hand. Whoa, Tenma, my only target. And Brule. I'll take it. Why does that always happen? It's always Beige. Okay, that Beige is going to the bottom. I need to survive. Let's see if I get the KO. Nah, but I get something even better. More swarming. No, I can't. This is where I gotta stop. Ooh, Queen. If I had Onami here, or if I drew Egghead Nami, that'd be sick. But one man's cope is not enough. Look at his hand, man. He definitely has multiple Luffy Taros in hand. That's all I'm saying. Oh, ho, ho. That's funny. Putting that to the bottom. Well, at least he knows that the queen's dying if he hits me. You're gonna be really annoying. I see. Not a bad play to be. Oh! Well, he didn't have much. I don't think he could have stopped, you know, 888-6. Still, feels good. My life was trash, too. Again, people, don't rage quit. Play it out. What a bummer. Okay, for real, we're gonna end on red purple Luffy. Because I love that deck and I wish it saw more love. Not good. Better. Turn 2 I can go 8 at him with Banish. Force him to discard. This Luffy hates blocking, so it works for me. He's gonna Zoro right now. He's swing at me for 6. He should swing first, because if he doesn't, he's a silly guy. We're not gonna take this one. Ooh. Well, I know he didn't mean to do that. Someone forgot that I gained power with a Dawn attached. Come on, don't quit. We all make mistakes. Don't do it. Please. I want to test out my deck. Should have swung with Zoro first. Fair enough. Let's get this guy out of here. Or not. Okie dokie. You gonna trash too? Ooh, wow, his top 2 life were Whitebeard and Rayleigh. That sucks for him. He can go to 10, but I don't care. Nice, more bodies. Perfect. I'm assuming he's gonna Rayleigh. If he has 8 up, now he's gonna 7-drop Kid to make the Luffy 7,000. That's fine. And then swing 8 at me. Also fine. Or I got 9. Oh no, it was 8. Must have Radical Beam in hand. I'm gonna waste your rad beam. Yup. I don't think your hand is real, so here's 9k. Whew! Oh, I knew it. I had a gut feeling that he had Gear 5 in hand to kill me next turn. Well, that was fun. Katakuri is in the deck of all time. As far as yellow goes, you know, that color is a little behind at the moment, and it'll go even further behind next set, but I still have fun, and you should too. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.